What is up, guys? I'm Daddy Gamer Fred, back again with another video, and oh my god, that Nintendo Direct yesterday, whoo! I'm feeling like Ric Flair. Woo! Let's pray. Let's just start off with the biggest announcement, and that has to be Smash. The fact that Smash is coming and the way they teased it at the end with it being one more announcement and then showing Splatoon again, which they've been showing literally for the past 5 minutes. They rolled out the Splatoon 3.0, which dropped 100 new items in the game. Whoa. And then they jumped into Splatoon single player DLC, which probably no one saw coming and no one probably wanted. Well, me on the other hand, I could really care.
Boring.
And then once they showed Smash trailer with the Splatoon characters fighting each other, I thought we were getting like an anime short. They were gonna bring the first Splatoon to the Switch or maybe even to the 3DS. I thought we were gonna see that, but no, we see them look back and then the fire in the eyes and you see the Smash logo. It was so hype. And then you see Mario, which looks dope. It looks like a brand new model for Mario. Now, you can't really tell, but then you also see Link from Breath of the Wild. And it's like, whoa, Link from Breath of the Wild, does that mean we're getting the port of Smash 4 or, you know, Smash Wii U? Are we getting that, or are we getting a brand new Smash? Now, signs point to a brand new Smash with, again, Link from Breath of the Wild, Splatoon characters, trademarks that have been filed. There's so much evidence that is pointing to a new one. What I kind of hope is that we get the Wii U version as a base, and the people who are working on this is just building on top of that, because I don't want to lose a lot of the stuff that we gain with the Wii U version, like the characters like Cloud, like Bayonetta, like Mega Man, Pac-Man, Ryu. I feel like it will be a big step back if we did lose these characters, but hey, new is not always a bad thing, as we can see here with the Nintendo Switch. Brand new design for a console, and it's doing very well. So if they did something with, you know, new characters and do through what, like, you know, a Dark Souls character or even a Shovel Knight character, you know, a couple of people from ARMS inside of Smash, you know, I think that could work. I think that could work, especially if we did lose characters like Mega Man and Pac-Man, which I hope we truly don't lose. I really hope that Nintendo does find a way to anchor these characters in to the new Smash game. Now, besides Smash, I gotta say that this Nintendo Direct was kinda a port heavy thing. Like, literally every game feels like a port, like literally. Let's start from the beginning. The first game we see is WarioWare Gold, which is basically a collection of all of the Wario games in one package on the Nintendo 3DS. Now, the first thing I thought when I saw this is, no, why is this on the Nintendo 3DS? Bring this to the Switch. This would be so fun to just have a way to play a collection of Wario games on the Nintendo Switch. You don't have to flesh it out. Just give me Wario and give it to me on the Switch. But no, they porting it to the Nintendo 3DS, which kind of makes sense, because just like they got in the, what was it, the 100 Mario Party game with all the Mario parties, they want to show the Nintendo 3DS love. And why not put a collection of mini games on the Nintendo 3DS to give the fan base that are still there an opportunity to play something new? Comes out August 3rd, so again, something in the summer, something light to pick up. I'm personally not picking this up because I want this on the Switch. I want this on the Switch. And I think WarioWare is, we're bound to get a brand new one on the Nintendo Switch, and I think I would just rather wait for that one so I can have that multiplayer functionality to play with my wife, play with my daughter. I feel like on the Nintendo 3DS, for me anyway, I'm gonna be isolated playing with this, and I don't see the fun in that. I would rather, you know, wait for it to come in the Switch. We don't lose anything. It has motion controls. It has touch controls. They could have put this on the Nintendo Switch, no problem, but they didn't, and I think that's a missed opportunity. Again, it feels like there was a port of a Wario game and they just brought it over to the 3DS. Again, port number one. Now, the next game is not a port. I don't even know the name of this game. What's the name of this game? It's called, what's this guy's name? Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. This is one of those games that that involves Mii's now, that's where it threw me off. Because the visuals on the game for the 3DS looks cool. It looks like a cool PlayStation 1, X, PlayStation 2 game, maybe something we would have seen on the Vita or the PSP back in the day. But then when they introduced that, oh, you could see your Mii as an animal integrated into the story, I'm like, no. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. And then in the trailer, you can see the crazy, terrible frame rate throughout this. It's just one of those games, like, if you wanted to do something like this, which looks amazing, all the gameplay types look fun and look intuitive, which might end up being a real good game. Besides the demo, I don't think I'm going to jump in and buy this game 100%. I think that I'm going to play the demo. I'll do my impressions on it when the demo comes out on May 10th. May 24th is going to roll around. I don't think I'm going to be picking this up, not for the Nintendo 3DS, and it's going to be exclusive to the Nintendo eShop. So I think it was a missed opportunity. They need to just HD that motherfucker and bring that shit to the Switch. But I gotta give it to Nintendo. This is the first game, from what I know, isn't a port. So one on the side of ports, one on the side of a brand new game. Then we got another port, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Junior whatever Bowser Jr. story. This is one that I was kind of confused when I was seeing it. When I seen this during the Nintendo Direct, you guys seen my reaction. I didn't know what the fuck this was. I thought that this was just another Mario and Luigi game that was getting a HD remake, and well, not a HD remake, a 3DS remake, and that's what it is. It's basically that. It's basically a old 3DS game that came out a while ago, just looking a little bit crisp, a little bit better for the 3DS and the 3DS hardware. Yes, they're adding this Bowser Jr. side story, but just like the Goomba one before it, I don't think it's going to be anything too, juicy or too deep or whatever the case may be. But the biggest surprise to me out of this Mario Luigi Bowser Inside Story game is that it's not even ready. It's coming out 2019. You telling me that I have to pull out my Nintendo 3DS in 2019? Then not for Pokemon, for some bullshit Mario and Luigi? What the fuck, Nintendo? No! If it's coming out in 2019, take that development time and put it on the fucking Switch. Like, oh my god. This was another one that got me very upset seeing. Not only did we get a port to a game that there is a lot of fans of this version of this Mario and Luigi game, that people defy and say that this is the best Mario and Luigi, story, quote unquote, game, quote unquote. This is the one to play, and they're glad that they skipped along to this one. But the fact that it's coming in 2019 and it's coming on the 3DS, again, another one on the port side, and there's another one that I'm not going to be getting. So that's 3 I'm not going to be getting, 2 for ports, 1 brand new game. It's starting to look like a terrible Direct in the beginning, but let's keep going. It's just a Nintendo 3DS stuff, right? It can't get any worse, right? It can't get any worse. And to my surprise, it does. Now, I'm going to be a Pokemon bias right now, because I love Pokemon. Do I love Detective Pikachu and this premise of this game? No. Will I get it? Probably. Just because it's gonna have the Pokemon name on it. And like I said before in my trailer reaction reviews to this game and my impressions, this is not a day one buy for me, and I'm a huge fucking Pokemon fan. Hell, Pokemon is my favorite franchise of all time. If you disagree, let's battle it down in the comment section below. But I could fight anyone for days on why Pokemon is the best video game franchise of all time. But these spin-off games are really, to me, are like, I play them, but I'm not in love with them, if that makes any sense. So Detective Pikachu, which I do want the amiibo for, which I do want the game for, I'm not going to be picking up this day one. I'm gonna see if I can hopefully find it in a bargain bin or in a sale or something, which I probably won't. When I do make my trip down to New York, I'll probably pick this up at the Nintendo store with the amiibo. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Pokemon can take my money. Now, this is not a brand new game for us in America. It is getting brand new chapters for people in Japan. They're receiving brand new chapters. We're receiving the whole complete edition out here in America. So it is kind of cool, but at the same token, it's kind of cool that it's not a port. So I'm gonna put this in the new game category. or because it's technically not a port, it's just a release, a US release for Detective Pikachu. And to finish off the Nintendo, no, because this is not the end of the Nintendo 3DS announcement. I've been watching people's videos and they're like, oh, I'm glad this was the last Nintendo 3DS video that we seen. No, it wasn't. We've seen 2 more Nintendo 3DS games later on in the Nintendo Switch lineup. Relax. But this happens to be one of the best stuff that came out of the Nintendo 3DS stuff, but I have to put it again in the point of ports because it is a port. Now, it's a port of one of the best Nintendo GameCube games of all time, yes, but it's still a port, and it's like, if you watch my reaction, I cut it out. You don't have to watch my whole Nintendo Direct reaction. You can just watch my Luigi's Mansion reaction, because when I seen it, I was like, yes, but no, why the fuck aren't we getting this shit on the Switch? Like, come on, Nintendo. Like, this to me is like you pulling on my nostalgia to waste money on a system I don't want it to. I don't want this on the 3DS. No, I don't want to see the map on the bottom screen. I'm fine with hitting negative, hitting plus, and then seeing the map. Come on, give me this fucking boss rush mode, which I want, on the fucking Nintendo Switch. It would be so cool with high scores and seeing and competing with other people, other players around the world. Like, come on, what the fuck? But I kind of understand there's already a Luigi's Mansion game on the 3DS, so bringing this over had to been easy. They already had the engine there. It probably was easy to bring over. That's why they probably doing it. And then we move into Nintendo Switch stuff, which got me excited. And then we see, the first game we see is a brand new game, so brand new, a point for a brand new game. And it is Kirby. You guys know how I feel on Kirby. I did an impressions video. I think it's too easy. I think it's not worth $60 for this, you know, walk to the right 2D platformer, which again is too easy. There's people beating this game without doing any combat. That's just letting the, you know, your allies march around and beat shit up for you, even boss battles. And to me, that's not a fucking game. It's too fucking easy. So, I mean, it's probably just aimed for kids. So, if kids like it, kids like it. It comes out March 16th. They're gonna have tons of free downloadable content stuff, which to me doesn't matter because the game is fucking easy. You're not gonna need the fucking allies from the different games in order to beat this game. So, whatever, it's Kirby. And then we get hit with another fucking port, which I'm excited for. Okami is a great game. Probably one of the greatest underplayed games of all time because, hell, it came out in the same year that Twilight Princess came out, and those games are hella similar. If you like Twilight Princess, you like that, you know, wolf feature, this is a whole game based on that shit. And this shit, it fucking does it right. It has a fucking dope ass art style, and then on top of that, it has this paint mechanic, which is fucking dope. It feels perfect. It feels like a Zelda game. If you ever fucking played this, you can content that this is 100% a Zelda clone, but a Zelda clone done right. Like, it feels good. The battle is cool. The art style is, you know, it is what it is. To me, it's clean. It's a great, clean art style for what it's trying to do. It's coming out this summer on the Nintendo Switch, which is cool. Again, when it came out on the PS4 and Xbox One, everybody was like, where the fuck is the Nintendo Switch version? And I think what they had to do is go back and try to make it work with the touchscreen, so they needed more time to develop it. They didn't want to slow up the PS4 and the Xbox One version, so they got those out the door and held on to this until it's ready. It's coming out this summer, so that's gonna be one that I'm definitely gonna pick up, even though it's a port. Fucking ports. This Direct should have been the Nintendo Direct ports, because then after that we get this, I believe it's a fucking brand new game. Excuse me if it's not, but it's a sushi fucking battle game, which, to be honest, the gameplay of it looks fucking terrible, but the art style looks dope. I love this anime cross, you know, art style where it looks like it's an anime show that we're watching, and then we're playing it. To me, it's not for me. Not for me at all. So I'm not gonna be playing it. Was one thing I noticed about this is that it's coming out on the Nintendo 3DS as well as coming out on the Switch. Why the fuck isn't Luigi Mansion coming out on the 3DS and the fucking Nintendo Switch? Why the fuck Detective Pikachu isn't coming out on the 3DS and the Nintendo Switch? Why the fuck WarioWare isn't coming out on the 3DS and the Nintendo Switch. I feel like it's not rocket science to do it. It should be easy. The Switch is capable of running those fucking games, make it work. Oh, it just like, I don't understand, Nintendo. Just, it should be simple. And I'm not a game developer. I don't know if you could just drag and drop the game over to the Switch platform, but come on, like, it shouldn't be fucking hard. It shouldn't be fucking difficult to realize that if you bring these fucking games over to the Nintendo Switch, we want them. We will throw money at you. But no, we gotta carry the fucking 3DS around to 2019 and to God knows when, what the fuck we getting, in that year. Because they still gonna be bringing games over to that. Still porting games over to that, which is, Then moving on to a brand new game. This is something I am truly excited about. Octopath Traveler. Nothing fucking bad to say about this game. I'm hugely excited about Octopath Traveler. It looks like a game that I would have played in my childhood, but then HDified. Art style looks fucking amazing. The fact that there is so much characters, so much depth to play this game. It looks like there's gonna be tons of replayability, that you're gonna have to play the game through 8 different people and get totally 8 different storylines, which sounds amazing, sounds dope. It just sounds like something that I want to sink my teeth into, play on the TV, play on the go with my Nintendo Switch. Well, play on the go really, because that's all I'm gonna be playing with. And then all the unique stuff, it just makes sense. This game is beautiful, it looks beautiful, it plays beautifully. It's nothing really bad to say about Octopath Traveler besides a stupid ass name. I think it's pretty dope. I'm gonna get it. It's a day one buy for me. I'm happy that it's coming to the Nintendo Switch and not fucking stuck on the Nintendo 3DS platform. But we keep going. We got an official date for it, which a lot of people thought it was going to be at the end of this year. It's actually coming out July 13th, which is pretty cool. Again, if you haven't played it, there's a free demo of it on the Nintendo Switch eShop, which is fucking amazing. The demo is hella long too. It's a big, beefy demo of 2 characters and not halfway through their story, but a big, I want to say like a big piece of their story, which is pretty cool. Enough time for you to dive in and play with the combat and enjoy the game. Now, the next game we see is Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, which to me, I'm kind of lukewarm on. I like No More Heroes. I like Travis as a character. I feel like No More Heroes should be bigger than what it looks like this game is aiming to be. I feel like after seeing this trailer, I'm really let down about the decision of how this game is gonna play. I don't like the camera angle of it being so far away. I'm not really into the idea of jumping into games and, defeating thing, and they're like, oh, it's 7 games. One's a racing game. One is this, one is that. I just want a fucking good story. I want a good single player experience. This looks dope. I'm not taking nothing away from Travis and this art style and the way it looks. It just, I for some reason, I don't know, maybe I overhyped myself on this brand. I wanted more from this, and it's just looking like a button masher that we're just gonna run through, beat them up, and play, which to me looks okay. What's kind of weird is that throughout the whole trailer, we get this kind of cropped image with like items and a UI on the side of the screens. And with the Nintendo Switch screen already getting this huge cropped out because of the black bars and everything, you would think that they would try not to do that. Hopefully we can just turn that off, but it looks like it's in every gameplay image, and it's kind of wondering, like, is that gonna be an issue when I'm playing it mobile? Like, am I gonna have to fucking squint my eyes to read this fucking green text? But I don't know. Hopefully this game becomes more than what it looks like in this trailer. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes again. No More Heroes is a good series. I want more from it. I want to see it do well. Hopefully Travis pops up in fucking Smash. Just thinking about it just now, I would love Travis in Smash. We're getting it later this year, so no date on it, but hey, at least it's not a port like Dark Souls. Now, Dark Souls Remastered, I'm 100% excited. I'm excited for, 1, more people to play Dark Souls. 2, I'm excited to replay Dark Souls and play it on a mobile version. Also to jump in and like potentially play people who have their own version of the game and sit next to them and play. For the first time, that is able to do like ad hoc play with the Nintendo Switch. I think that is gonna be cool. They're gonna have a network test, basically a demo. People could jump in and see if this game is for them before the game comes out, which is dope. And to me, the biggest excitement of them all is that we're getting a fucking fucking Dark Souls amiibo, which makes you vulnerable in the game. It makes it like you're just doing this fucking praying to the god shit. It's so good. It's like when you said Dark Souls and amiibo, I was like, what the fuck are they gonna do? We're gonna get Zelda Breath of the Wild armor? Like, no, we're gonna make you fucking vulnerable because you're gonna fucking taunt. Like, to me, that is so fucking dope. That's everyone who likes Dark Souls likes shit like that. And I think that's pretty cool that they're throwing this amiibo into the mix, into the amiibo world. I know people are gonna eat it up. Comes out May 25th. I'm excited. This is a port, again, another port. I kind of fucking lost count on the ports, but another port that we're getting, and another one I'm probably gonna buy. Probably not day one, but I'm gonna pick up this. I like Dark Souls. I want to play it again. I don't want to get the port on the PS4 or Xbox One. I think if I'm going to get it again, it's going to be on a mobile version of it, and for good reason. Then the next thing they talk about is actually not a game. They actually talk about the point service. It's like when you buy games, you get points, which is basically cents or whatever the case may be, and then these cents add up and you can use those to buy games on the Nintendo eShop, which I think is pretty cool. I would prefer a huge discount. Like, hey, you bought Mario Odyssey, you get a 20% discount on Mario Tennis. You know what I'm saying? I would prefer stuff like that, but you know, Nintendo has to be Nintendo and do some weird shit, which is kind of weird because they talk about this shit, but then we have nothing on the Nintendo online service. We have nothing about the Nintendo Virtual Console. Those stuff are left out. And I'm like, if you're gonna stop a direct and talk about something so minuscule, like, why stop it at all? Like, talk about shit that we need to know about. Like, let me calm down. Let's move on to the next game, which I personally think this is, again, I'm not in Nintendo HQ. I don't know I'm not a fly on the wall. I don't know what's going on in Nintendo, so I can't be certain. But if I had to bet my money, I would say that this game is just a port of the Wii U game, the Mario Tennis Power, whatever it was called, Power Smash. I think that when developing that game, they found out that they were gonna have to basically move all development to the Switch version of the game. And they got excited. They were like, yeah, let's move everything over to the Switch version of the game. And then when they were like, yeah, but you promised it already on the Wii U, you're gonna have to drop a version on the Wii U. They did, and it didn't have shit. It was a lackluster version of the game. And they basically shitted it out and was basically left to die. People didn't buy it. It sold terribly. People wanted a Mario Tennis game, but they wanted a good one. And Mario Tennis on the Wii U wasn't that. So I think what they're doing now is focusing all the attention on it, making it look like a brand new game. Again, a shiny coat of paint never hurt nothing. And it does look good. It looked like the Wii U version would have had a story, but they put it in on the Nintendo Switch instead, so it could look like a new feature. I think that's pretty, again, with all the new features that this is having, with the new characters, with the new story mode, hell, I'm down. I'm buying this game day one. I know my wife wants to play fucking tennis. I think it's pretty cool. They added motion controls. I think it's pretty cool. This game got me sold. They don't really need to do anything, which I think is dope. They're gonna have a demo or an online tournament or whatever the case may be, so people can play it before the game comes out. I think that's pretty cool, for you can get a gauge and see if you really want to spend money on a tennis game. Again, not a lot of sports fans in the Nintendo fan base, you know, that usually doesn't cross, but Mario Tennis games kind of get a pass because they are usually, Mario sports games, excuse me, usually get a pass because they're usually very, very fun. So this one gets a pass, but I'm still have to put it in the ports section. Fight me in the comments if you don't think so, but I think this is one that I can fight for days that it feels like a port. It looks like a port, motherfucker. It is a port. And then going back into more video game news, in talking about ports, Captain Toad Treasure Tractor. Now, if you've seen my reaction for this, you will know I'm fucking excited for Captain Toad Treasure Tractor. I played it on the Wii U, and it was one of those games that I didn't beat, and I was like, when I sold all of my, you know, games to move to Switzerland, this was one of those games that I didn't want to let go because it was so fucking good, and I didn't beat, and it was just in my back of my mind like, damn, I really need to buy a Wii U again to fucking play Captain Toad Treasure Tractor. How dumb does that sound? But Nintendo is doing the right thing. They bring it over to the Nintendo Switch, and oh, not only that, they're actually adding content to it. They're adding Super Mario Odyssey stuff. They showed just a little bit of Metro City Kingdom, and I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully we get Lost Kingdom, Snow Kingdom, you know, everything, Bowser's Kingdom. Hopefully we get tons of it. I'm pretty psyched for that. But then, I mean, I'm not mad about this one because we're getting it on the Switch. Nintendo, you're actually putting it on the Switch, the system we want it on. But it is also coming onto the Nintendo 3DS for the people who want it on that system for whatever reason. I would understand if you don't own the Switch, get it on the 3DS. It kind of makes sense. Coming out day and date on the Nintendo 3DS and the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo, do you hear it yourself? You see this? Putting it on the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo 3DS? You don't think that sounds like a good idea? Don't you think that that's an idea that you could have did for Luigi's Mansion? Don't you think that would have been a good idea for Samus Returns? You don't think that would have been a good idea for the Mario Party 100, you know, minigame collection? You don't think that would have been a good idea for WarioWare? You don't think that's a good idea for Detective Pikachu? I'm working myself up. Let's go. Let's let the ports continue, because that's what we're getting. Undertale, which it's not a port from the Wii U. It's a port from it's a game that's already out that you can play in tons of places. Now, Nintendo Switch would be the perfect system for that. Am I gonna pick it up? No. It launches eventually. So another port is one that I'm highly excited for, and that is Crash the Insane Trilogy. I have this on PS4. I was super excited when it got announced for PS4. So the fact that it's coming to Switch and having this on the go with me is super dope. I love Crash. Crash has been a staple to my childhood and nostalgia 100% of the time. When I first got PlayStation 1, one of the first games I got was Crash Bandicoot 2. So to have this game in the palm of my hand, to go and know that my daughter can grow up and have this game with her, 100%, it's a must buy for me. I'm gonna pick this game up as soon as it releases. Again, it does fall in that port category, but it's a great port. I checked the prices on this. It's gonna be the same price, $40, which is great. Comes out July 10th, right in the middle, you know, summerish. It's a summer title, so I think this is pretty good for the Nintendo Switch. It's a win. It's a port that I think is beloved, and it's fucking great. It's a good game on the PS4. Hopefully that translates well on the Nintendo Switch, and hopefully it doesn't look too bad from what we've seen here. It looks fucking amazing. I can't wait to get my hands and play this game. Another port that I actually played is Little Nightmares. Now, we're getting the complete edition, so I haven't played the DLC, so this is one that I'm scratching my head. Do I double down, buy this game again, and have the complete edition on a mobile platform and play, or do I just spend a couple of bucks and get the DLC on the PS4 and play? It's kind of weird because I'm not in love with Little Nightmares, but it is one of those games, hey, maybe if I do see it on sale, I will pick it up because it's a good game. Is it a game that I want to play again? No. And this is one that is falling into that port category that is like, okay, it's another fucking port on the fucking Nintendo Switch. Who would have fucking guessed? Another thing that I would have never guessed is South Park The Fractured But Whole. Again, another port. Now, I don't want to say another port because it's just we're getting it late. Now, you could say that with all of these titles, is that Nintendo is just getting it late, but South Park is not that old. They're still getting DLC. The DLC hasn't even come out, so it's kind of new. So this one gets a pass as a new game because it's still technically new. I haven't played it. I played the first one, The Stick of Truth, and to be honest, when I was watching the Nintendo Direct, I thought this was a Stick of Truth, and this one it plays a little bit different than the Stick of Truth. I want to say it looks like it comes out April 24th, which is kind of close, about a month away. So we're gonna be getting our hands on this pretty soon. So I'm pretty excited about this. This is again one that I'm not gonna be picking up day one to jump into, but I like South Park, The Fractured Butthole. I mean, why not? But again, port. Then we get a release date for Hyrule Warriors, which again, definitive edition, which is basically a port, even though we are getting new game content from the 3DS version to the Switch for the first time. It's a port. The port of Hyrule Warriors. We're getting it May 18th. Pretty cool. I'm not paying $60 to play Hyrule Warriors again. Sorry. And then they stopped the news about the ports and they start talking about ARMS, which frankly I couldn't give two fucks about because I don't like ARMS. I played the test punch and it was not feeling it, and then I was lent a copy of ARMS so I could play. I played it for like maybe a weekend. Once I realized there was really no story mode, I went through arcade mode a couple of times. I beat it, and that Monday, once I went back to work, I handed them this game because I was like, I'm not gonna play it anymore. Here, like, I'm done. There's no trophies to get. There's no real reason for me to stay and play this game. And the reason why they probably let me borrow it without giving a game to them to borrow back is probably because they knew that this game was trash. I think it's trash. Fight me in the comments. I'm not really too into ARMS. I love fighting games. I can't wait to a game like Dragon Ball Fighter Z or Marvel vs. Capcom to pop up on the Nintendo Switch. I'm going to get that Street Fighter Anniversary Collection because one of my favorite fighting games of all time, Alpha 3, is going to be on there. So I'm pretty excited for the possibility of having a great fighting game on the Nintendo Switch. And then they rolled into a Splatoon 2 video, which basically talks about 3.0. It talks about all of this downloadable content from the previous Splatoon game that, you know, they just recoding a brand new coat of paint on Splatoon 1 and giving us new stuff, which is okay. I mean, it's so much new content, it's hard to call it Splatoon 1 or Splatoon 2 a port, but it's... You guys know how it feels. If it feels like a duck, it quacks like a duck, by God, it's a duck. And then they have the single player DLC. I think I talked about this in the beginning of the video. I'm not too interested in Splatoon. I like third-person shooters. I just don't like them with paint and playing paintball and coloring, painting walls. I don't know. It's not my vibe. It's not my vibe. And then I was kind of let down. If you've seen the reaction after the end of this Splatoon announcement that we were getting all this expansion shit, I was kind of let down that was going to be the end of the direct. And then they was like, oh, we got one more thing, and then they showed more Splatoon in the beginning of the Smash trailer, and I was kind of let down again. But once we seen that Smash logo, I literally cried. And again, you can watch the trailer the reaction for it. I'm gonna have the cards up on the top, also in the description as well. This was the highlight. This what saved this Nintendo Direct. If they didn't have this Smash trailer and Smash wasn't so important to the Nintendo community, or, you know, to the video game community, you know, the fighting game community, I don't think that this Nintendo Direct would have made waves. It would have been seen as just, we got more ports coming, because hey, every fucking game they showed was a port. Besides what? Detective Pikachu, that other game on the 3DS that I can't fucking name, and the fucking Travis Strikes Back. I mean, everything else is fucking port, which got me to think, like, is a Wii U a port machine? Because if it is, I'm kind of fine with that, because I am gonna get some of these ports. I'm part of the fucking problem. I'm gonna get Okami. I'm gonna get fucking Crash Insane Trilogy. I'm gonna get them, which you could say either here or there, you're part of the problem while you're complaining, but it's like, Nintendo, come on, new games, new IPs, come on, don't be scared to do it. Let's do it. And then at the same token, we do got good games on the Nintendo Switch already, brand new games like Zelda Breath of the Wild. We do have games like Mario Odyssey, which is amazing, so I can't have too much backlash for it and complain. But at the same token, after a Nintendo Direct like this, I want new shit. I want great shit for the Nintendo Switch. And it's just like, 2018, did you guys even plan anything? I feel like you're fucking rushing bullshit, and you're rushing shit out on the fucking Nintendo 3DS when nobody fucking wants no more. Kill the fucking 3DS. Why the fuck is Luigi Mansion coming out on the Nintendo 3DS? I want that game. I'm going to probably fucking buy that game. I don't want to fucking buy it on the 3DS and then you tell me later it's coming out on the fucking Nintendo Switch, because I feel like that's what something you're gonna fucking do. I'm gonna be fucking tight and I'm gonna fucking fall into my nostalgia pit and cry into my wallet and ask, can I buy it again on the fucking Nintendo Switch? Because I know you're gonna fucking do that. All right, guys, this is just my rant on the Nintendo Direct that just happened. Again, it was a great Direct. All hatred aside about ports, I'm probably gonna pick up all these fucking games anyway, to be honest. It's like, I'm a Nintendo guy. I love the ability of having these games on a mobile platform, so I'm gonna be picking up Crash Insane Trilogy. I'm gonna be picking up Dark Souls. Only thing I'm not picking up is fucking Kirby, which I did a video on that, on why I'm not, so if you want to check that out, you can check it out. I'm gonna have a card on top and the link in the description. So let me leave you guys. I've been talking for too long. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hell, if you disagree on anything I said, let's talk it down in the comments. Like always, guys, I answer all comments. You also go bring the conversation to my Instagram and Twitter. A lot of you guys have been doing that. Thank you for the people who have been doing that. My Instagram has been blowing up lately, and a lot of you guys have been chatting to me on that as well. So if you need my friend code, if you need my thing, it's all posted on every Instagram post, as well as posted in the description of the video if you need. So peace. I'm gonna see you guys on the next video.